Yeah. Ooh, child. What's happening? How's everybody doing? Hope everybody is okay. I am headed down to the doctor. Yeah, I'm a feels like not 100%. Hope you guys are okay. What's going on? What's going on? Hey there. The Honeymoon Express, how you doing? Yeah, I'm driving. I won't be able to see all your comments, but I appreciate you all for commenting and coming in, saying hello. I got a comment from one of my fantastic supporters here in the LLC saying, somebody left a comment saying that Candace was accusing the military for being involved in Charlie Kirk's death. And I was like, what? So I watched Candace live she did yesterday, her show. And she did insinuate that the military had something to do with Charlie Kirk's death. She also lied about the letter Charlie Kirk wrote to the Israeli Prime Minister. First of all, let me just say how floored I am at the insinuation, Candace, of you talking about the entire United States military, the armed forces being involved in Charlie Kirk's death. You have to be, just off your rocker right now. You're insinuating that the military has something to do with it because a couple people who were in the military were there when it happened. She did. She accused maybe the military had something to do with it. What would the military have anything to do with a civilian being shot in front of all of our eyes on national television? What an insult to the United States Armed Forces. Candace is out of her mind. Are you serious? Like the idea of maybe the military had something to do with it. Maybe they had something to do with it because this person was in the military, that person was in the military. I'm sitting here like, I can't believe what I'm hearing. I cannot believe what I'm hearing. And no one is really like putting her in check. Like, I wouldn't even mind if Trump posted up something and said, I know damn well Candace Owens is not insinuating that our men and women of the armed forces had something to do with Charlie Kirk's death. He could have did a post. Somebody do a post. Because you're insinuating that the military has something to do with a civilian's death. That's how they're going to see Charlie Kirk, a civilian. It is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Well, why would they have anything to do? Why would the United States military, Candace, have anything to do? How? How do you fix your mouth to say something like that with zero evidence? Zero evidence, people. Zero evidence. Zero evidence. Like, you almost, it's not even funny, but you gotta laugh to keep from being angry. You can't make this shit up. The United States military would not be involved in the shooting of a civilian, especially someone like Charlie Kirk. Like, why? What would be their reason, Candace? What would be their damn reason? She said maybe the military has something to do with it. She did say that in her video from yesterday. You guys watch it. I even put down the timestamps in the comment section. Don't erase my comment, Candace. You veterans of the military and anyone that knows someone in the military. My ex-husband was in the U.S. Navy. And because I'm an A4 American, I don't believe in that. It's almost unpatriotic. What an insult. How in the world would they be involved in a civilian's death like that? That was on national television. She says the dumbest shit. And it's like I've tried to go about my reporting on Candace from, you know, an angle of where it's like, girl, you need to reel it in. You need to, you know, because I'm not trying to counsel her. I'm not trying to do any of that. But when she's wrong, she needs to be told she's wrong. Who does she listen to? When she's wrong, she needs to be corrected. Bottom line, there is no evidence to prove that the United States, the entire United States military had something to do with it. Which branch of the military would do something like that, Candace? Are we talking about the Marines or the Army? I mean, which branch? You understand, Candace? It's multiple branches of the armed forces. You got the Army, the Navy, the Marines, Air Force. Which one are you talking about? The Coast Guard? I mean, which one are you saying here? A specialized unit? I mean, well, hold on. Reconnecting. All right, we live again. But I'm floored, y'all. I'm floored. Whoever left me that comment, thank you. Because you're absolutely right. I'm floored. I cannot believe that she's sitting here trying to insinuate the entire United States military in this. I mean, nobody's challenging her on evidence. No one is saying you have got to produce evidence on that. You got to. You're going from attacking whole countries to now attacking the U.S. military. Candace, you're crazy. You're out any of this stuff. You have no evidence to lead to the U.S. military being involved. No evidence. Hey, Jay, I call her out. Yes. On the letter. I'm going to do a video on that. Thank you for posting that letter, by the way. She insults the entire military. I have loved ones and family members. My ex-husband was in the Navy. Like, I don't believe in that. If you're patriotic in any way, in any shape, form, or fashion, you should be offended at Candace insinuating the military was involved in Charlie Kirk's death. If the remote slightest chance of being patriotic and you love your country a little bit, you should be offended at her insinuating the entire United States military is involved in Charlie Kirk's death. You should be offended. Like, I know damn well this girl is not blaming the military with no evidence. No damn evidence, people. No evidence. When are people going to start asking her, you need to produce documentation? Every time she lies about Brigitte Macron, y'all know what I do? I pull up the lawsuit. I pull up the complaint. I pull up the court docket activity. I say, oh, okay, you said you weren't going to file a motion to dismiss. I called Candace out on that. I said, now why did you turn around and file a motion to dismiss? Plus, you know, you have to have this, the proper pleading is to have the brief to support the motion. But you even asked the court to give you an extension on the page and term limit for your brief. I call her out on that lie every single time she tells it. Every single time she lies about Brigitte Macron, I call her out on the lie about the motion to dismiss. Because when are her supporters going to ask her, hey, why did you file a motion to dismiss when you said you weren't going to do it? You said you were not going to file a motion to dismiss. Why did you do it? Y'all can challenge her. This isn't a cult. Don't let it become a cult. Y'all don't have to let support of Candace Owens become a cult. Don't let it get to that point. Challenge her. She could get over 500,000 people in her live stream in an instant. Challenge her. 300,000 of you should be saying, why did you file a motion to dismiss? She won't be able to ignore 300,000 questions about that motion to dismiss. That's just one lie. What did she say? I don't like little lies. I don't like little lies. I don't like little lies. You know, they get to big lies. I don't like little lies. I don't like little lies. You know, those little lies add up. Okay, Candace, we don't like little lies from you. And you're telling a bunch of little lies. And you have no documentation or evidence or proof. You're a hypocrite, Candace. You got 4 kids to think about and a husband. And you're sitting here saying some of the most egregious shit. Excuse my language. The most egregious nonsense ever. The military is involved. You don't like little lies? Like, it makes no sense. Just call her out on it. Ask her for the evidence. Ask her for the proof. Ask her for the documentation. Her insinuation and what she says should not be enough. That's how you become a cult. That's how it becomes a cult of personality, where you just go on what she says and you don't challenge the facts. Hey, Manny, how you doing? Challenge the facts. I am offended that she says that she's a Christian. I am offended too, Jay Witt. I agree. I'm offended that she says she's a Christian. She's an American. I'm offended on a lot of fronts right now. And it's like she's not listening to anybody. Who does she listen to? Who could talk to her? And it's like, this is the stuff that gets you, ostracized a bit. Because if you don't have the support of your own military now, because you're accusing the entire military of having something to do with a civilian death, they will see Charlie Kirk's death as horrendous, but a civilian death nonetheless. What branch of military? I'm just curious. What branch of military could possibly have done that? Well, I'm just what branch? The reserves? The Army? The Navy? Which branch, Candace? Which branch? You can't just say the military. There's many branches underneath that. I can't believe that insinuation. I can't believe that insinuation. I get upset when I hear that the U.S. has sent out a missile anywhere and we don't get our Americans out and safely. Have them safely brought back here. We don't bring our own Americans back here. That pisses me off more so than anything else. But yet and still, when I hear kids are dying. Like, that's crazy. But yet and still, this girl is talking about the entire military having something to do with one civilian death in the U.S. on U.S. soil. You can't make this up. Candace, you are absolutely wrong. You're just wrong. If you don't have any evidence, I want documentation. Email me anything, Candace. LadyLuckClubLLC@yahoo.com. I want to see documentation that somehow one branch of the military is involved. Not your theories. I don't care about your theories. I don't do conspiracy theories. I operate on facts and evidence. I want facts and evidence. I want documentation. I want proof. Just like that letter. She talked about Charlie Kirk letter to Bibi Netanyahu. I read the whole letter. Shout out to Jay Witt for posting it up. I saw your video. I read the whole letter. Not one time did that letter say anything about him changing course, or only thing he did say, he offered suggestions more so than anything. He offers a suggestion. He said, listen, you guys are winning. You're losing the narrative when it comes to social media. It should not be on everybody else to help push the narrative or tell the truth of what's going on. Not push a narrative, but just tell the truth about what's going on in Israel, right? So he was telling the Israeli prime minister, I have some ideas, some suggestions to help put out the facts and the truth of what's going on. Interview your own civilians. Best suggestion he could have given him. Take control of what's going on in your country and let your civilians do the talking for you. Interview your own civilians there. Randomly. You don't have to have anybody lined up. Don't give the appearance like you're forcing people to say certain things. If that'll be a democratic nation in Israel, then you just go out